Hi Sagittarius, I'm Pam and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for June 2018. This month I laid out the 5-card Rainbow Tarot spread for you using the Hanson-Roberts Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Ascendant, and Sagittarius Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, Sagittarius, now onto your June 2018 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have here is the Nine of Cups, and this is wish fulfillment. This to me is usually you're getting some kind of wish that you wanted to come true, or you are feeling very full and happy emotionally and feeling emotionally contented. You're getting a lot of feel-good energy and blessings from people around you. This could be not just your family, it could be them, but it can also be through workmates and people you're encountering through what you're doing socially and all the way around. I feel that some of you Sagittarians are really honing your skills and coming up with some kind of masterminding a plan in your head about something you want to do. And I feel like you're going to feel really good because the people around you are doing well. So if you have kids, your kids are going to be doing well. Your grandkids, your children, your friends, you're going to be feeling like life is good, things are good, your family is good, friendships are good, and their lives are going well. You may link yourself up in partnership in a business deal with someone. If you sell anything, doesn't matter what you sell, you may start peddling your wares to shops in the area, could be on the internet, could be, so if you make something or create something or have a craft or a skill or a service you can do, I see you going around and trying to gather clients, promote it, or promote if you're starting a new business or something that you're doing for your job or work, or some way that you would generate money. I see you going around and promoting it in June, and even in July and August as well. You may have issues with indigestion or heartburn in June. This could be coming from seafood, a scallop dish, or just something you eat in general. Like it could be indigestion, it could be heartburn, or if you're prone to like acid reflux, that could be kicking up for you in June. You're going to be talking to a lot of people in June, and I feel like you may be even on a platform or having some kind of platform that you are going to be standing on and speaking, and people are going to be listening to you. You could be making a speech, you could be making a presentation at work, you could be doing something on YouTube or some other channel. You could be doing something that involves a question and answer session also. Some of you are going to have a new relationship that's going to be forming in June, and this bond is going to be incredibly strong. But for some of you, it's love. But for some of you, it's not love. It's a different kind of relationship, like a strong friendship or a business partnership. But it's going to be a new relationship in some way, and it's going to be strong. The next card you have here in your reading, Sagittarius, for June is the Fool. This is starting out on a new path and a new journey with high hopes and high aspirations, but you have to draw very strongly. You have to be very careful of the steps you're taking. You've got to watch your step, because you don't want to have your head up in the clouds and you've got rose-colored glasses on and you're not watching where you're going, and you could fall off the cliff. So it's good, it's a new journey, but you have to have your wits about you. Some of you are going to leave behind an old love relationship that's outworn its presence in your life. I see some of you getting ready to go on a journey. You're packing and you're doing some kind of traveling in June and possibly July. And I feel that this is really adventure seeking, and I feel there's a strong sense of wanting to see where it goes. So whether that applies to the love relationship or the travel, or it could be both. For some of you, I see you going to a different location, like you're scouting it out because you might want to move there. Could be a different state, a different province, a different city or town. Could even be a different country, even, or across the country you live in. But it doesn't matter where, but I do see some of you going on some kind of trip or travel, and it's an adventure, but you may be scouting it out to see, does this have potential for me to live here and do well here and thrive in this community and be happy? You may be doing some kind of, it's like you could combine, I guess what I'm trying to say here is you could combine a trip and a travel with actually seeking out to see if there's a possibility that you would want to live in that area. Some of you are going to go through some kind of change where you will be changing up or switching what you're eating. You may be going on a diet. You could be going on an exercise program. But some of you, it may not be so much like, oh, I'm on Weight Watchers, or oh, I'm doing Jenny Craig, or oh, I'm doing a particular diet, paleo or something. It may not be an actual diet. It could just be like you're deciding you're giving up gluten, or you're giving up sugar, or you're giving up, certain kinds of foods that you realize are actually creating irritable bowel syndrome for you, indigestion. But I'm not saying it can't be weight related. You may want to lose weight. That could have something to do with it. I see you spending time with somebody you meet, and you're going out and you're doing things together with them. Now, for some of you, as I said earlier, this could be a new love relationship and a potential romantic partnership for you. For some of you, it may be a friend. But if it starts out as a friend, it could lead to love. That is possible here. Be careful if you go to any place where you're up high and you are sightseeing, like over the edge of a cliff, or at the railing of something, and you're looking down. I see you looking down on something, like maybe you're going to the Grand Canyon, or I don't know, somewhere at a very, some mountainous area, and you're looking over something, and I see you getting really, really dizzy. So be careful of that, Sagittarius. So the next card you have in your layout is the 10 of Rods, and this is moving on to new and better horizons, but you have 10 rods of burden on your shoulder. And these 10 rods of burden can be knowledge and experience you've gained along the way that may have felt burdensome at the time, but they're going to help you on the way. They're going to be helpful to you on the new and better horizons. I see some of you actually starting to go to a gym and exercise and work out at a gym, or create your own home gym. Some of you may be prone to having moles or cysts. I feel that you may have, or like freckles, could be warts, moles, freckles, cysts, any one of those. And having them checked out or looked at. Some of these could be on your back or your shoulder blades, but so you may be going to a dermatologist, or just having your doctor, your regular doctor, check them out. You may actually take out a map and be looking at a series of places that you want to visit. So you may want to travel and go, oh, I want to go here, and then I'm going to drive a little further, and then I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to go here and there. So it could be like, maybe if you live in the United States, you're going on a European tour, and you want to take a tour that's going to take you to see certain cities or certain places in Europe. Or could be if you live in the United States, maybe you want to go to the Southwest, and you want to stop and, go to Sedona, and then you want to go over here to some other spot. Or it could be anywhere, like in your country. I live in the U.S., so I'm using my country as an example, but there could be places that you have always wanted to see. But I see many of you Sagittarians taking out maps, either on the computer or literally on a table, and mapping out like where it is, like certain places that you really want to go. I feel like some of you haven't been feeling right. like something's off with you. Maybe your hormones are off. Could be that. Hormonal changes and shifts. Could actually have something to do with the planets. And the things that are happening astrologically could actually be playing into you not feeling right. Some of you may be having experienced like something weird with your hair. Like your hair could be getting thinner, or your hair could be getting curlier, or your hair could feel like it feels brittle, or the texture is different, or something could be changing with that. And you may think that's an indication of something health related, because I do feel some of you not feeling like you're at your peak. Now, that's not going to be the case for all of you. And as I said earlier, I do see some of you changing your diet, going to a gym, cutting out certain foods that you've been eating that have been giving you either acid reflux, indigestion, or, kicking up other digestive issues for you. So that may be enough to solve it. But I do see some of you having like concerns, like you're thinking on about it. Next card you have here is the Emperor, and this is a male parental figure, usually like a paternal figure that could be in the deceased, a father, a great-grandfather, a step-grandfather, a stepfather, could be a boss, an ex-boss, a husband, an ex-husband, a boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend, brother, uncle, but they could also be in the living. They don't have to be deceased. But if they're deceased, they're giving you ideas and inspirations that feel like they're yours, but they're really coming from the Emperor at times. But keep in mind, like I said, this Emperor could be in the living or deceased, and it's usually a strong male figure for you. They may not be feeling well. They may be having trouble with breathing. They could be struggling with congestive heart failure or heart issues, or pulmonary issues could be kicking up. Maybe they have a bad cold. They could have asthma. There could be some kind of breathing thing going on with them. They're struggling in some way. And I feel like they are feeling kind of like their life is either out of balance or in disharmony in some way. They're looking to you for guidance. They're looking to you for something. They may need your care. They may need your help. They may need financial assistance. They may need several things from you. They might just want advice, you to counsel them and to, tell them, give them advice. I feel whatever's going on here with them, you don't want to see them fail, and you are being supportive of them in some way. They may feel kind of anxious with their life, about their life, like something to do with them has become stuck or stopped or has slowed down, and they may feel like this is creating anxiety for them. Maybe they're normally like a real go-getter, or they go do many different activities or different things, and something going on with them is slowing them down, and they don't like it, and they want to be back on their usual, together, going for it personality. I do feel that you are going to try to be there for them. I do feel that most of you Sagittarians are going to want to be supportive, but you may also be excessively busy with work or other things that you have planned or that you're doing, so you may not be able to devote the time and attention to them that they really would like to have or that they need. They might be persnickety and particular, where they want things a very specific certain way. So they may have those kind of traits either now or normally. That might be their normal behavior. Like they could be kind of finicky or picky or particular or a little anal, or they want things a certain way. That comes up for some of you Sagittarians. So now the last card you have here for June is the Moon. And the Moon card is secrecy and deception in romance. It can be secrecy by itself. It can be romance by itself. It can also be your own psychic ability and your own intuition is picking up and very strong in the month of June. This could also be a card symbolic of illusion, that there's some kind of, like, you may be looking at something, or there may be some kind of illusion going on in your life or around you at this time in June. I feel like you don't want to hear it from some people. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear whining and complaining or people crying or saying, poor me. I feel you have no patience for it in June. You're going to be like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your sad story. I don't want to hear you complain, because not that you're not compassionate to others or to whomever is doing this. I just feel like you're overwhelmed and you have a lot on your plate. And I actually feel you're upset about some things that could have to do with the emperor, or it could be to do with your own health or something. So your emotions are like, you're like tapped out emotionally, where you don't want to hear any other like no whining, complaining, bemoaning, sad stories, like fickleness or any, you don't want to hear any of that in June. I see you looking at your life like, I believe in my life, but I want it to start over new. I want to transform it. I want to change it in some way. So I feel like you're going to have this strong pull to have transformative energy. You may be suspicious that there's people that have been hiding things from you or keeping secrets from you. And I feel that if you have sensed that, if you have sensed that there's been deceptions or things that have not been above board and completely honest and right and true, I feel that you are correct. You know, if you're involved with anybody that you feel is deceptive, I feel that you're going to say, I don't really have time for this anymore. I don't have time for games and stories and make-believe stories of any kind. I feel like you're going to either spend a lot less time with them, or you won't want to be around them anymore. And this could apply to love relationships, but it could also be friendships, or like if you have any relatives that you see on a regular basis or hang out with and they're doing that kind of activity. I feel like you're psychically picking it up, like, you know, there's some kind of deceptions and you know, withholding of the whole story kind of activity going on, and your spidey sense is tingling, Sagittarius, and you're going to be picking this up, and you're going to feel like, you know what, I got so much on my plate. I'm busy doing this. I'm busy doing that. I'm worried about some things to do with my own health or well-being to some degree. You're going to have some concerns about it, and then worrying about this emperor or needing to do things to help them out, or worrying about what's going on with them. You're not going to have time for this other stuff going on where you feel like somebody's being deceptive to you, especially if it's a romantic partner. Some of you may be renewing your sense of self and your values and your sense of self, and starting to take some kind of like, I see a series. It could be a series where you're going to start taking webinars on astrology. It could be a series where you're going to start taking some kind of self-help classes. You could be doing it through a book and a CD, or a DVD and a book, or a program that you follow, because it feels like a program to me, like you do step 1, or part 1, part 2, part 3, or step 1, step 2, step 3, and there's different things that you progress through as you do it. And this is going to be building up and healing to you, and building up your self-esteem, your self-worth, healing the past. And it could also even be anything that has to do with how to make money through real estate investing, or how to attract money to you. It could even be something that's about the law of attraction. You could be going through, or feng shui, or a combination of astrology, feng shui, law of attraction combined, or some kind of A Course in Miracles. I personally have never delved into that, but I know there's people that have done that. I don't know, but I see you going on some kind of like self-discovery to transform your life and to give your life some kind of rebirth. And I feel like you're looking at yourself like, I have this issue or that issue because of this or because of that, and you want to change it. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that, Sagittarius. And please remember to subscribe, because you will get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in getting a mid-year psychic tarot update that I do every year in June, where I pull an additional 5 cards from the Cat Black Golden Tarot deck, where I look into what's going to come up for you over the next 6-7 months. You can access those videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below in the description section called the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for the mid-year 2018 Psychic Tarot update for each sign of the zodiac for download and purchase. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the videos tab on my menu, and the very first listing will be these mid-year 2018 Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac. You click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, if you're interested, I have recorded Uranus Changing Signs, 4-card Psychic Tarot readings for each sign of the zodiac, where I'm focusing on the planet Uranus's changing signs. It did on May 15th, and it will last 7 years now in the sign of Taurus. And this is going to change everybody's life in some area, depending on where Uranus was transiting your birth chart. And what the progressions are right now, but I'm psychically looking into it and giving you messages from my spirit guides about how these changes will affect you, what blessings, changes, challenges will be coming up for you with that. And you can access those videos for download and purchase by also clicking on the other link below this video, and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. Or you can go to my website on the same videos page, and it will be the series of videos listed underneath the mid-year Psychic Tarot update for 2018. They'll be under that. You look for the heading about Uranus changing signs and click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. So I wish you a joyous and jubilant June, Sagittarius, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace. Hey, and I just want to add a side note here that if you have not already purchased the yearly reading that I did, the 5-card Psychic Tarot reading for each sign of the zodiac for the entire year of 2018, that I posted back in January on Vimeo, you might want to check that out, because there's still 6 months of predictions left on those videos.